Huh?
So every object, including you, is constantly emitting radiation.
Whoa, wait. So I can actually be like the Hulk. I thought that was only Marvel. Am I radiating? Is my computer radiating? Not gonna lie, yo, this dead ass just opened my world. Where was all this information? What? Yo, no, I gotta look into this. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to YouTube channel. I just want to say real quick, thank you guys so much for 800 subscribers. You know, this means a lot to me. It's getting closer to 1K, and you guys know what happens in 1K. That's right, I will be shaving off my hair, and I can't wait for that day, because it means, you know, we did make progress. After 2 years of, you know, started doing this reaction stuff, we're finally, you know, getting somewhere. I'm truly grateful for all of that, and I just want to say thank you guys again. You know what I'm saying? The new updated list should be at the end of the video. As you guys know, whenever I do my, you know, my subscribers, don't worry, the new list is there. Anyways, today I wanted to watch something fun, something informational and educational. And as you guys can tell by the thumbnail and the title, today we are watching I Made the World's First Self-Cooling Clothes. Now that is very interesting. And the reason why I wanted to watch it, because I look and need that. I sweat when it's too hot, and I get cold when it's too cold. You know, I want to be in the middle at all times.
This is the world's coldest paint. It has the ability to keep an object cooler than the shade, even when it's in direct sunlight, without using any energy in the process.
Whoa.
So let's measure the shade under this plant. Okay, we get about 85 degrees. But now let's see our panel that I painted with the cryo paint in direct sunlight.
85, 83.
And we get like 83 degrees. So sitting out in the blazing sun is cooler than the shade. But a similarly colored white panel is 117 degrees.
Holy
and a
shit.
black panel is 175 degrees.
Holy shit,
But how
wait,
is
so that is real. You guys know whenever your parents tell you, oh, if you're going outside, don't wear black in summer? Maybe that is true, because I would always trust them, you know, I would wear white. But I was like, yo, that kind of got to be a myth. I don't understand it. No, it's real. This shit just got proven.
But how is this possible? Where's the heat going?
Yeah,
well, in this video, I'm going to teach you how to use the
And
sky
how?
as a giant heat sink, and then even apply it to clothing to see if I can make the world's coolest clothes, literally.
Oh, shit.
I'm hot,
trippy.
and my
I'd
chickens
wear
are
that.
hot too. But what if I told you there's something in the middle of
you
a
got
100-degree
chickens?
summer day that's well below freezing,
Oh my
that can be used to
God.
cool you
What?
down for free? Yes, that's right.
Negative
High
20?
above us, the upper atmosphere is literally freezing cold. In fact, you can see how warm the clouds are in comparison.
Whoa.
Clouds are like a nice warm blanket over everything. So if we want to radiate the maximum amount
gotta
of
get rid
heat,
of the
we don't want
clouds.
clouds. We want the open blue sky that we can use as a giant cold heat sink.
That's the atmosphere. The atmosphere is the clouds. Oh my god. Yo, why did none of y'all tell me that? Come on, guys.
Remember that there are 3 ways in which something can exchange heat with its environment. The first way is through touch. If something
Atoms
is
don't touch.
physically connected to
Atoms
something
don't
else, the
touch.
heat energy is going to spread out from the hot thing to the colder thing. This is called conduction. Now, the close cousin of conduction is called convection. This is basically
Convection.
conduction, but you keep refreshing the thing that the object is touching. And there's also a third mechanism of heat transfer that sometimes gets overlooked, and this is radiation. For me,
What?
radiation is the most magical of the heat transfer mechanisms. The reason is because you
arrows.
can't stop it from happening. Even if your objects are miles away or even in the vacuum of space, you will always be losing or gaining heat through radiation.
What?
Radiation is the heat you feel from a fire that's instant and travels at the speed of light.
Huh?
So every object, including you, is constantly emitting radiation.
Whoa,
And
wait, so I can actually be like the Hulk. I thought that was only Marvel. Am I radiating? Is my computer radiating? Not gonna lie, yo, this dead ass just opened my world. Where was all this information? What? Yo, no, I gotta look into this.
And since emitting radiation means losing energy,
Uh-huh.
that means that everything is constantly cooling down, just throwing its energy out everywhere around it at the speed of light. But there's this rule called Kirchhoff's law that says an object emits radiation just as well as it absorbs radiation at the same wavelength.
Huh?
So a good emitter is also a good absorber. So you can't just
shit.
make an object that's really good at emitting radiation without making it really good at absorbing
Oh!
it as well. But there's a way to kind of cheat the system. If you just have your object be a good emitter in a frequency range where there's very little incoming radiation, then you can have a one-way valve that emits radiation, but there's nothing to absorb. And that's what makes this paint so special. It's designed to only emit and absorb radiation in the range of
see? Big companies want to hide this information from you. Because if they really wanted to release these type of clothing, they would. They trying to keep it, you know what I'm saying? They want you to pay more for the clothes you gotta buy. Instead of, actually make them functional. Now, they selling you 100% polyester. Quick intermission. Sorry guys, but we are so close to
900
subscribers. And I really want to be able to reach it. So I thought, if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will shave my head. That's right guys. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe. Anyways, back to the video.
This is the range where the sky produces almost no radiation. So the paint can just send its radiation out into the sky. And
if the sky is sending out radiation, how are we not contaminated when we drink the water, when we do all this? Like, do we all have like a certain radiation inside of us now? Is it like Fallout when we're about to start mutating? Wait, is that why the X-Men exist? Oh my god. Wait, is that how the X-Men are created? Yo, do we have X genes in our bodies? I'm not gonna lie, this is so fascinating. What?
Okay, so let's look at these on the IR camera. We can see there's a huge difference. The black panel is extremely hot, around 170 degrees Fahrenheit. While the white colored one is still hot as well. It's near about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. But our cryo painted panel is only about 85 degrees. That's insane. That's way cooler than I would have expected.
Yeah.
I can tell just by touching it the difference. I literally get burned trying to move the black panel, but with the cryo painted one, it's almost cool to the touch. Now it's clear that the panels themselves stay much cooler with this paint, but I want to see how much of a difference it makes as a roof panel.
So what makes that paint do that? Like, I know it's, the chemicals, but what exactly? I hope he breaks it down because I gotta look that up.
So in order to test this, I built a small insulated room where I can use these panels on the roof and see if I can tell a difference. Okay, let's try the black one first. So the difference in the actual roof temperature when we're inside, just measuring the air, I have 92 degrees for the thermocouple that's up here.
92 degrees.
And 87 degrees for the thermocouple that's a little bit lower, kind of chest level. But I don't think these thermocouples are doing well at conveying the actual temperature I feel. Because it feels very hot under here, just from the radiation from the ceiling panel. So even though the air isn't heating up that much, I'm heating up.
Wait, what am I talking about? 93 degrees is hot as hell. Yo, I'm acting stupid. What?
I'm heating up standing under it due to its hotter temperature radiating to my skin. Now let's try the cryo painted panel.
I'm guessing or estimating around, realistically, I want to say between 50 degrees. I'm gonna say 50 degrees. The thermometers are gonna end up saying 50 degrees. Let's see if I got it right.
So this one definitely feels different. The air temperature is only slightly different. It's lower by like 5 degrees. But as far as how it feels much cooler because I don't have this radiator heater above me radiating heat to my skin. So it does make a difference. It's not as extreme of a difference compared to the surface temperature of the panels in the sun, but it is a noticeable difference.
90 to 80.
So if my chickens produce enough eggs, they can save up for more cryo paint for their roof. But now the important question, what about me? Well, I know the paint works for the panels, but could it work for clothing as well? Well, let's see about that. I'm gonna paint it on my clothes and see if it actually keeps me noticeably cooler with the cryo paint.
Before you get to show that, I gotta look this up. I gotta see what the cryo paint is made out of. The cryo paint is a passive daytime radiative cooling paint designed to keep surface up to 15 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than the surrounding air. Even direct sunlight without electricity, it is made from a specialized sprayable formulation that combines two key properties. Okay, number one, high solar reflectance, about 96% reflectability, meaning it bounces away from nearly all sunlight, preventing the sun from heating up. Okay, that's good. Second, high thermal immiscibility, about 94% immiscibility tuned to the 813 atmospheric transparency window, allowing it to radiate heat directly into space. Damn, not gonna lie, that didn't answer my question, but hey, we're gonna continue.
Okay, I think this actually does make a difference. So this actually works way better than I thought it was going to.
Okay.
It's about 90 degrees out here, and I don't feel hot at all, like in the slightest amount. It would seem like if I have my hood on and everything that it's going to be really hot in this jacket,
Yeah.
but I really don't feel hot at all. It's kind of
Okay,
crazy.
it could be a contributor of the white clothes too, because remember, he is you wearing white. That also helps. I don't know how much it helps, like, I don't know if that's a myth or statistics. He's also wearing white, so that could also help the paint. But then again, I don't know if he's trying to say it would work on anything. I think he's just saying, you know, that he created the one that works.
So why has nobody turned this into a product yet? Because this is awesome.
That's what I've been wondering.
Look at the infrared view. You can see how much cooler my clothing is compared to
shit.
the background objects in the sun. So me and my chickens are gonna stay cool this summer. And thanks for
I
watching
gotta buy
another
that.
episode of the Action Lab. I hope you learned something.
Shout out to the Action Lab, bro. That was actually a very informational and scientific video that I might probably put into my day-to-day life. You know, I need to stay cool outside. I need to make sure my dog is cool, my birds are cool. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments below. Any questions or anything about this or any scientific thing or even videos you guys want me to watch that are scientific, let me know all that in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys like and subscribe to continue watching this amazing, beautiful series with me as your host and you guys as the audience. You know what I'm saying? These people are the end credit scenes of every movie. I say all the time because it's real. Once I get a movie, everybody's going on the credits. And hey, if I make that clothing brand, I will make sure these are the first people that get it for free before I actually put it up for sale. That's right, guys. If I make that unlimited cooling temperature clothing, you will be getting it first. So make sure you subscribe if you want it. Anyways, that is the end of the video. And I gotta go order that before it runs out of stock. Take care, everybody. Goodbye.